Looking to diversify your garden with a variety of fruit trees? How about turning that dream into reality with grafting? Welcome to the magical world of grafting, a horticultural technique that allows you to propagate multiple varieties of fruit on a single tree. Imagine biting into an apple from your own tree, then picking a pear from the very same branch. Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? Well, grafting can make it come true. So join us as we delve into the fascinating world of grafting. Ever wondered how grafting works? Let's unravel the science behind it. Grafting is a horticultural marvel, a technique that goes back thousands of years. At its core, it's about uniting the tissues of two different plants so they grow as one. How does this happen, you ask? Well, it all comes down to a beautiful process called callusing. When two plant parts are held together, the cells at the wound site begin to divide and form a mass of tissue. This tissue, known as the callus, is the bridge that connects the two parts and enables them to grow as one. But here's the exciting part. The scion, the upper part of the graft, continues to hold the genetic characteristics of its parent plant. This means you can have a single tree bearing multiple fruits. Imagine an apple tree also offering pears, plums, and peaches. With the science in mind, you're now ready to pick up the tools and start grafting. Before you begin, equip yourself with the right grafting tools. The grafting process is like a surgeon's operation, and just like a surgeon, you need the proper tools to ensure a successful operation. Let's start with the grafting knife. This is not your everyday kitchen knife. It's a specially designed tool with a sharp, flat blade that ensures clean and precise cuts, a key factor in successful grafting. Next, we have grafting tape. This is used to secure the graft union, promoting healing and growth. It's essentially the band-aid of the grafting world, keeping everything tightly bound together while the magic happens beneath. Finally, we have grafting wax. This is applied over the graft union to prevent drying and to seal out unwanted bacteria and fungi that could jeopardize the graft. Each tool has its specific role, and together, they form the grafting trifecta. With these tools in hand, you're now ready to explore the different grafting techniques. First up, let's explore the whip and tongue grafting technique. This method is a favorite among many gardeners, and for good reason. It's versatile, sturdy, and works wonders with a variety of fruit trees. The whip and tongue technique involves creating matching tongue cuts on both the scion and the rootstock. The first step is to make a long, slanting cut on both pieces. But remember, the key here is precision. The cuts need to be of similar length and angle to ensure a perfect match. Next, you'll make a second cut, or the tongue, downward into the slanting cut. Again, it's crucial that the tongues on both pieces align well. When done correctly, the tongue acts as a kind of lock, holding the scion and rootstock firmly together. After you've matched the scion and rootstock, it's time to bind them. Using grafting tape or a similar material, wrap the join tightly. This helps to keep moisture out and secures the graft while it heals. So, when is whip and tongue grafting best used? This technique shines when dealing with smaller scions and rootstocks, typically those with a diameter of about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And it's especially effective when the scion and rootstock are of similar sizes. Mastered the whip and tongue grafting? Let's move on to the next technique. Next on the list is the cleft grafting technique. A method that's as hard-working as it sounds. Cleft grafting is perfect for those larger trees in your orchard that may need a little extra love. To start, you'll need to find the perfect spot on your tree for grafting. Look for a section of the trunk or a large branch about 2 to 3 inches in diameter. Once you've found your spot, it's time to make your cut. Using a grafting knife, make a vertical cut down the center of the trunk or branch. This cut should be about 2 inches deep, creating a cleft or V-shape. Now it's time to prepare your scion. That's the part of the tree you're going to graft onto your rootstock. Take your scion and trim it down to a length of about 4 to 6 inches. Make sure it has at least 2 or 3 buds. On the bottom end of your scion, make 2 sloping cuts to form a wedge that will fit into the cleft you've made in your rootstock. Next, slide your scion into the cleft, making sure that the cambium layers of the rootstock and scion meet. The cambium is the thin layer of tissue between the bark and the wood, which enables growth. Once your scion is in place, secure it with grafting tape and seal the joint with grafting wax to prevent moisture loss and disease entry. Cleft grafting is a great technique for older trees, and is especially useful when you want to add multiple varieties to a single tree. Once you've mastered cleft grafting, you're ready to tackle bud grafting. Finally, we delve into the bud grafting technique. Unlike our previous grafting methods, bud grafting involves transplanting a single bud, rather than an entire branch. This technique is ideal for adding variety to your orchard without needing a large amount of scion wood. Let's break it down into simple steps. First, you'll want to select a healthy bud from your desired fruit tree. This bud will become the new fruit-bearing branch on your rootstock tree. Carefully slice the bud, including a small sliver of wood behind it. This is your budwood. Next, on your rootstock tree, make a small cut in the shape of a T. This is where your new bud will live. Gently peel back the flaps of the T-cut and slide in your budwood. The bud should sit flush with the surface of the rootstock tree. Now it's time to secure your graft. Using grafting tape or a similar material, tightly wrap the bud, leaving the bud itself exposed. This ensures that the bud remains in place while it begins to grow and integrate with the rootstock tree. Bud grafting is particularly effective when you're working with a large, established tree and you want to introduce a new variety of fruit. It's also a great technique for the late summer when the buds are mature and the bark is easy to peel. With these techniques under your belt, you're now ready to start grafting in your own garden. Now that you've learned about grafting, it's time to put your knowledge into action. Picture your garden. Imagine it flourishing with a variety of fruit trees, all thriving in harmony. This could be your reality with the magic of grafting. Let's start with the whip and tongue method, ideal for matching pieces of scion wood and rootstock of similar size. Can you imagine the satisfaction of seeing your apple tree sprouting pears or your peach tree bearing nectarines? That's the marvel of grafting. Then there's the cleft grafting technique, perfect for larger rootstock. Picture a single tree boasting several kinds of apples. Imagine your friends' amazement when they see your fruit salad tree. That's the wonder of grafting. And let's not forget bud grafting, a technique that allows you to add a single bud to your existing tree. Imagine the delight of seeing a new variety of fruit growing from your old tree. That's the joy of grafting. But the benefits of grafting go beyond the aesthetic. It's about creating a more productive garden, a more diverse ecosystem, a healthier environment. It's about the satisfaction of seeing your hard work bear literal fruit. It's about the joy of sharing your bounty with friends and family, of creating something beautiful and nourishing from your own hands. So why not give it a try? Take that first step. Choose your rootstock, select your scion wood, sharpen your grafting knife. Remember, every expert was once a beginner, and with patience, practice, and persistence, you too can transform your garden into a bountiful orchard. Ready to embark on your grafting journey? Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful gardening tutorials. Happy grafting!